Let's get started. All right, today's talk is based on these two books I published it in 2018 and 2020. More specifically, it will be based on this particular chapter, talking about digital language teaching and teacher development. As you know, language teacher development is an essential for the effective use of digital technology for language teaching. And digital language teaching can be defined as the application of digital pedagogies and technologies to the teaching of languages in digital environments. It can be conducted in online, hybrid, and or blended environments. It requires content knowledge and pedagogical understanding, plus digital literacy skills and digital teaching strategies. So what is digital literacy? Well, it is a foundation for digital language learning and teaching, and I define digital literacy as the ability to use digital technologies at an adequate level for creation, communication, collaboration, and information search and evaluation in a digital society. There are 5 elements of digital literacy I have defined. They are information search and evaluation, creation, communication, collaboration, and online safety. Then, what are digital literacy teaching strategies? They are teaching plans and methods that are used to help learners achieve their learning goals with the digital technologies. It can be adapted to learners' needs and circumstances. For example, time and devices available to them. We can consider a range of strategies to increase learner engagement and active learning. For example, exploration, identification, mind mapping, discussions, experiments, summarizing, reinforcement, feedback, review, reflection. So all these ideas and concepts come together to my model of teacher development and framework. I presented ECCR model of teacher development in my 2018 book. They are exploration, communication, collaboration, reflection. So as a teacher, you do explore, communicate, collaborate, and reflect yourselves to improve your professionalism. My point is that knowledge and skills can be developed through active exploration, interactive communication, professional collaboration, and critical reflection. Here is the digital language teacher development framework I presented in my 2020 book chapter. So with the 4 components, we can look at activities you do and the sample questions for self-assessment you can ask yourself. Starting with the exploration, we do collect information, digital technologies, tools, and resources, learn about computer language learning, learn how to use digital technology in the classroom, and trial new technologies. So you do explore, collect information, and experience yourself as a learner, and then teachers, you collect resources you can use for your teaching. Sample questions: are you active in collecting information, technological options for your teaching? If yes, how do you collect the information and how does the information affect your pedagogy? If no, why not? And what factors do you think are important in selection of digital tools for your teaching? So you can ask yourself and see how you can come up with your own answers in your context. In terms of communication, we can do these activities. Interact with learners, colleagues, administrators, other practitioners, teacher educators, and researchers. Use computer-mediated communication, CMS tools, to interact with others personally, socially, and professionally, and develop online communication skills. Questions we can ask ourselves: what communication skills and strategies do you think are needed in increasing student interaction during online learning activities? How do you build and maintain your communication channels with other professionals? The third one, collaboration. Activities include working together with others in professional communities, sharing information, experiences, ideas, and resources with other teachers, planning, designing, and managing collaborative activities, and facilitating collaboration with online communication tools. And the next one, reflection. We can examine experiences critically, reflect on one's own learning and teaching practices, think and practice reflectively, do self-monitoring, engage with critical and contextualized reflection. So if you look at the sample question, the number 2, do you consider yourself a teacher who is competent in technology-enhanced language teaching? If yes, how do you see your role in the technology-enhanced language classroom? If no, why not? Any plan for health, technology-enhanced language teaching? So you can ask those questions yourself and see how much you can improve your competence in technology-enhanced language teaching. In terms of competence levels of digital language teacher development framework, I propose that there are 3 levels you can check. Starting with the beginner, intermediate, and then expert level. So if you look at the exploration at the beginner level, you might say, I'm really active in collecting information technology options for teaching. I have a limited knowledge and skills of selecting useful digital tools for my teaching. On the other hand, at the intermediate level, you might say, I'm reasonably active in collecting information and I have reasonable knowledge and skills. At the expert level, on the other hand, you can say, I'm very active in collecting information and I have advanced knowledge and skills for selecting useful digital tools for my teaching. So once again, you can ask yourself and see where you're up to and how you can improve your knowledge and skills further. In the communication, similarly, you see whether I have a basic understanding of online communication skills and strategies for increasing student interaction, and whether I have knowledge and experience in building and maintaining communication channels with other professionals. So you can check the level of your competency and then see how you can improve your current level. Collaboration, we checked whether you have a basic understanding of working in a team in a digital environment, and also whether you can collaborate with other colleagues and students online in a limited way or reasonable way or in a highly productive way. In terms of reflection, we can check whether we can reflect on our teaching with digital technology in a limited way or reasonable way or in a highly efficient way, or you can ask also questions about basic understanding of self-monitoring in digital context. Self-monitoring is quite important in reflection, as you know. So you ask these questions regularly so they see where you're up to, and then you can improve your knowledge and skills. So basically, this is just the guideline for you to see how much you can do and what sort of things you can do further. What's the next thing? I say there is a call for research on the use of ECCR model and DLT, DF at various levels. And I'm currently working on a project using those model and framework, but you are also invited to use those models and framework in your context, and how you can produce your own project ideas. So questions we need to answer: how much teachers engage with the specific professional development activities, how teachers approach their professional learning in technology-enhanced language teaching, also how individual teachers in different contexts become creative, dynamic, collaborative, and reflective professionals. So think about all those things, how we can become creative and dynamic, collaborative, and effective professionals. Here are discussion questions for today. So what factors do you think affect your digital language teaching? What skills do you think are most important for effective digital language teaching? How would you characterize your own professional development digital environment? And what strategies do you use or like to use for professional development in digital language teaching? In which way do you think the framework can help your professional development?